interest of my country toward Mexico and vice versa goes lay back to early 19th century. There is a very interesting paper which I will show during exhibition in December, which we're going to organize in National Archives of Mexico here. Paper signed by Tsar Alejandro I in 1810. And he writes 1810 in March. It was even before El Grito, where he says that I presume that Mexico will not continue to be a Spanish subject. This year we're going to celebrate 125 years of official relations. But in fact we have relations, as I told you, even more. We have been vecinos. How? In California. When Russia was possessing part of California and Alaska, and used to be part of California called Russian America. Mexico, one of the leading countries of Latin America. Mexico is part of G20. Mexico is our partner at UN. Our trade is increasing. Last year it was $2.4 billion. I hope this year it will be even more. First of all, the question has to be asked not to me, but to my colleague from European Union. It was not us who introduced these sanctions. If you look on Minsk agreements, which is now the guideline of overall settlement and solutions in Ukraine, it specifically says things which has to be fulfilled by Kiev authorities, but not by Moscow. There is a difference from last year because from our point of view, European countries more and more understand that the ball is not in our courtyard. It's a ball on the side of Kiev, of Ukraine. You have to understand, and your listeners and your readers, that the conflict is local Ukrainian conflict. You have to remember and notice that Russia has been legally invited by legal government in Syria to be there, to fight, help them to fight ISIS. By the way, the so-called Western coalition, led by United States, which is there about 1 year, bombing ISIS, as they say, bombing ISIS forces, more than 1 year. They do it by themselves. They don't have no invitation of a Syrian government. They have no decision of Security Council. They just decided, and they're doing by themselves. Nobody can be victorious in this very difficult and long-term fight. We all need cooperation. We have to join all our efforts. That's why my President Putin first did, when he was speaking in UN, and then he met President Obama, his first offer was, let us unite our efforts. Let's create large coalition, which hopefully the first sign has been done meeting in Vienna just two weeks ago in Vienna, which finally all main players got together and they decided what can be done. First of all, what I would agree with you 100%, that the level of relationship between Russia and Western countries is not the best. and maybe even worse than we had for many, many years. It's now, frankly, on a low level. And we lament it, really, you know. You say Russia has returned. I would rather say we didn't return. We are always there. And we'll be there. It's up to you to accept it or not. But even if you don't accept and you close your eyes, we are there. I worked all my life trying to get rid of Cold War. All my life, you know, almost all my diplomatic practice, I'm in business for 45 years. You know, I have been dealing with United States, working in Washington, being in Moscow, between Moscow and Washington, trying to make our relationship better and get rid of Cold War. Cold War rather was a confrontation, ideological one. Now, this ideological confrontation doesn't exist. True, there are still geopolitical games, geopolitical strategy, geopolitical agenda, but this, I mean, you know, ideological content, substance of a Cold War is taken away. That's why I think that solution is simple. We just have to listen to each other. Russia has its culture, tradition, and this is a tradition of a culture of traditional family. But of course, Russia is a modern country, it's an open country, and you have whatever you want to have there. And nobody ever says anything against this LGBT society. Only thing which we did, we took a law against propaganda of homosexualism among children. This is only thing which we did. We just think that let children grow up, and then they decide who they are. They're strong, gay, lesbian, or whatever, you know. Only thing which is just, I recognize that we are against, imposing this way of thinking and living and nature to young people. In Russia, again, we are for traditional family. Because we are thinking about demography too.